This is the part 2 and the conclusion of the story titled Marriage Menu. Remember, in the part 1 of this story, we talked about how Miracle and Michael met and they fell in love and decided to get married. Now the story continues. This is right after their wedding and they are back to Miracle's rented apartment. They concluded that they will stay in Miracle's apartment until they are able to get a new place to stay because Mr. Michael has no place of his own. The atmosphere seems so lovely between Mr. Michael and Miracle. Few hours after they returned, Miracle got a call and rushed out. She rushed out to meet with the caller. Actually, the call was for Mr. Michael to secure a job for Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael seemed happy about that. He came out of the door waving goodbye and wished themselves good luck for the new job coming their way. Within few hours, we saw Mr. Michael outside cleaning his saxophone. The next thing we saw was Miracle. She came in so excited and she broke the news to Mr. Michael that the job has been secured for him, that he was expected to start work the next day, and the payment of the work, according to her, was large enough to set up the family, and everybody was excited. The next day, we found Mr. Michael lying down on the bench outside with his saxophone resting on his chest. It is obvious he didn't go for the job. After some minutes, Miracle came in, woke him up and asked him why didn't him go to work. He started complaining, telling her that the manager of that company was so rude to him, that he called the man on phone to get more information about the job, to ask him some questions about the job for him to prepare himself very well, but the man was so rude on phone. So he had to insult the man and told him to go to hell with his work, that he knows his worth and his value, that nobody has the right to toil with him. Miracle was so upset. She was so upset because the manager of that company happened to be somebody she once helped. She couldn't imagine the manager insulting the husband. So she picked her phone to call the manager, but the information she got from the manager was so different from what the husband told her. She dropped the call and asked the husband's questions, but the husband got upset, blaming her not to believe him being her husband, that she had to believe outsider instead of him. When the talk was going on, Mr. Michael changed the topic and started accusing Miracle of having something to do with the manager. He told her to explain to him what has been going on between her and the manager that has made her to side the manager instead of her husband. Miracle was shocked to hear this from Mr. Michael. She was so upset that she got up. When the argument was so much, she went inside and Mr. Michael followed her behind, requesting that she explain to him what she had with the manager of the company. The next day, Miracle was sick. She was outside when Mr. Michael came out. He came outside and was so upset. He was so upset because he got a notice, a text message from the landlord of the house, a notice of payment of house rent. He was surprised because the notice of the house rent or any other bill like light bill or whatever has never come to his phone. He was worried, wondering who gave the landlord his own number to send the information to him. He asked the wife and the wife told him that she was the one that changed all the information to his own information so that all the notice will be coming to him as the husband of the house. Mr. Michael was not happy to hear that. He warned her and told her to go and change all the data back to her name, that she was not supposed to do that without informing him first, and that she should make sure that the bills are paid because he has no job to take care of the bills. After that, he left. On his way going out, the wife, Miracle, called him back and told him that she was sick and requested that he should take her to the hospital. But Mr. Michael didn't buy the idea. He objected and told her to find her way to the hospital, that he has somewhere very important that he was going. That was not fair to Miracle. After that, Mr. Michael left the compound and Miracle sat down there helplessly. After some hours, Mr. Michael returned and found Miracle still lying down on the bench. He woke her up and asked her if there is any food in the house, but Miracle said no, that he didn't leave money for her in the house before leaving the house, and besides she has been lying down here sick. He refused to take her to the hospital or to do anything to help her. Mr. Michael was so upset. He told her that she has to provide food for him to eat, but Miracle told him that there was no food in the house. Mr. Michael, being so shameless, he asked Miracle to show him where she kept money for him to take the money to go and buy food to eat. Miracle replied that she has no money left anywhere. Besides, she got him a job and he refused to go and take up the job, that she is tired of paying bills and taking care of a man who is capable of working but has refused to work. Mr. Michael found that insultive. He was so upset and cautioned her never to insult him again. He told her that he decided to go back to where he was coming from and see if he can get something over there to eat. Miracle was not happy about that. She was calling him back to tell him that she has been sick, that she needs someone to help her. But Mr. Michael left the compound, ignoring her call. Miracle sat down thinking about what she has got herself into. She remembered the dream she was having that she ignored. The warning she was getting from God, but she ignored those warnings. And the dream came to her repeatedly. Which one of them was when she was walking with Mr. Michael on the road, and all of a sudden, Mr. Michael diverted to another direction, leaving her alone. She was calling Mr. Michael for him to come back so that they would go to the direction they were facing, but Mr. Michael ignored her and went away. She now left in the opposite direction. All of them went apart. She woke up from that dream. She remembered that dream and was so upset not to have seen the sign that was coming before now. She also remembered what got her carried away, the trumpet from Mr. Michael. She remembered the good moment she had with Michael that got her carried away and got her deceived and got her not to pay attention to the necessary things she's supposed to pay attention to before accepting to marry Mr. Michael. Here is one of the good moments they had together before their marriage. I will talk to you after this. Listen, it is a beautiful thing to fall in love, but it is more beautiful to pay attention to instructions, especially when these instructions are coming to you repeatedly. When you pay more attention to your feelings and allow your feelings to override your sense of reasoning in your relationship, you are likely to end up like Miracle here. Listen, feelings has no capacity to withstand the challenges in marriage. What you have seen that you cannot control or endure in relationship, do not think that in marriage you can control or endure it. Because marriage is so powerful that it brings out the hidden character that you possess, which you don't even know that you possess. It's better to be single and waiting or searching than to marry and pray to be single again. Finally, I have this to tell you. Marriage is God's plan. God initiated marriage. Anybody that wants to think about marriage should first of all think about God and start your marital journey with God and not your feelings only. Starting it with God is simply being willing to follow God's instructions concerning marriage. And that is why I am telling you that a successful marriage is marriage that exists between two people that are willing to follow God's instruction concerning marriage, and not two people that are willing to just follow their feelings and their emotions. Please, I want you to support House of the Sons Global by sharing this video. Share this video right now. Share this video to teach someone somewhere this good news about marriage. And see you next time with a fresh video. And don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global. Bye for now.